welcome everyone to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Pass to Kidd. Always fun when we can get a rivalry game from opposing conferences, RJ.
Oh, yeah, and what makes it so interesting is that these teams don't see each other very often. It makes it special for us, the teams and the fans, when you get together and go at it.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Bulls on offense. Now here's Paul. To the paint. Here's Mikan. And Gasol with the block. Here's Kidd. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Pass to Hawkins. Out to the right wing. Here's Richmond. Drills it from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Bird. Offensive board. Another shot. And it's good on the lay-in.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Here's Mikan. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Misses the three. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Now here's Paul. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Steps back and fires. Texas with a rebound. To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for Chicago. They trail by 1. Pass to Hawkins. And they're on the break. Here's Kidd. Here's Bird. Here's Kidd. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Richmond with the bucket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And here's Paul. And there's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
See, I like it when Paul attacks the hoop, when he looks for his.
Inside.
Bulls foul. John Havlicek. First personal foul. First team foul.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Malone. Pass to Bird. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And it's Paul with the ball for Chicago. Here's Richmond. Puts up a 3. And the three-pointer goes. Richmond's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Bird. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not. If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Kidd to the right side. The baseline J is on the way. And it's Bird missing.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Now Paul. Pass to Hawkins. Back to Paul. There's a screen. 5 on the clock. Deflected! Here's Bird. Off target with the 3.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
It's impressive what an enduring talent Chris Paul has been. A lot has changed around the league, but CP3 is still doing his thing and leading his guys to success.
Here's Bird. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Chicago leading by 6. Paul with it. Pass to Mikan. Here's Hawkins. With his first shot attempt. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. 27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Bird. And it's Hawkins with a rebound. Here's a 3 from Paul. Doesn't go for him. Here's Kidd. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Chicago Bulls.
The Bulls, 15.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you think about what we've seen here from the Bulls tonight?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Here's Arenas. Here's Peterson. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. All right, I don't want to make you feel too old here, RJ, but you did get drafted back in 2001. What's the biggest change in the game? You think?
Oh, I think without a doubt the physicality and the 3-ball. Teams are not as physical, and they shoot a lot more threes. When I came in, they were barely shooting them. Now that's all that matters.
Here's Hawkins. No made baskets yet. 14 feet away. Mobley grabs the board. Texas trails by 5. Here's Arenas. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
Proving how coachable he is. Mobley, this man is building a pretty decent passing game.
Pass to Havlicek. Lets the 3 fly. The shot won't fall. Second quarter of basketball. Just over a minute and a half played so far. Jordan, the screen. And he lobs it up to the rim.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. making substitutions here. Chicago leading. Here's Cassell. Out to the right wing. Here's the pick. Here's Richmond. And he slams it in one-handed.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's Jordan. Embry grabs a miss. Chicago leading by 3.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Takes a 3. Texas with a rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And they're running. Here's Dort. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And Dort just wanting that basket more than anyone else. Give him credit for out-hustling everyone.
After having trailed for a while, they could retake the lead.
Nice effort to battle back and put themselves in this position.
Tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Blackman. Pass to O'Neal. And the bucket is good. O'Neal's gotten his first basket of the night.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
Here's foul. Sam Cassell. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Dort outside. Pass to Arenas. This one for 3. That shot is off. Chicago leading by 3. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. O'Neal with it. And it's Dort picking him up. Wagner for 3. Knocks down the triple. Wagner's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Arenas. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so here is Chicago. The shot's good. And now an 8-point Chicago lead.
And look at Wagner get out in transition to make sure they convert.
Pass to Jordan. The steal. .144 left to play in the first half. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Bulls ball. Now into the lineup for the Bulls. Number 99. George Michael.
With a healthy advantage. They're looking confident.
And could boost their lead to double digits here, too.
Wagner inside. Here's Cassell. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to O'Neal. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And they're on the run. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. Here's Blackman. He's scoreless. Oh, deflected. Wagner for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Bulls lead by 11.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Arenas with the bucket.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively. And their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Out to Mobley. To to the inside. Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Now here's O'Neal. Looking at his numbers, putting up 8 points a game. Puts the move on. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And so it's Chicago, finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. And don't go far. We'll be right back. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Out left to the wing. Havlicek. No good on the three.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Bulls leading by 6. There's a screen. To the wing, right side. Mikan, that's good. Mikan's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Being opportunistic, just taking what the defense allows.
Yeah, if they aren't going to take away his space from mid-range, look, he's going to continue to shoot it.
And that one's good. Gasol.
With an assortment of moves at his disposal, the catch and shoot is just one of many ways Gasol can beat you.
Pass to Paul. Here's Havlicek. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Here's Kidd. The teardrop. And it's Bird missing. Bulls leading by 5. Here's Havlicek. Pass to Mikan. And here's Paul. He's got 7. The rebound by Malone. Here's Bird. He's guarded by Paul. Here's Kidd. Here's Bowen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Kidd. The 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Malone. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Now here's Paul. It's a 3-point game. All alone. Havlicek's shot is off.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Bowen. Here's Malone. Got it from about 16 feet. Now just a 1-point Chicago lead.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
They still need this. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Here's Bird. He's got 5. So they take the lead. Bird's got 7. Here's Richmond. They set the pick. And a missed layup.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
He buries it from 3.
I just love the ball movement.
Pass to Richmond. Here's Hawkins. Clock at 6. Here's Havlicek. Still no points. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And the Bulls making a change here.
Checking in for Chicago.
Texas leading by 4.
Rolando Blackman.
There's a minute 54 left in the third quarter. Pass to Bird. Here's Malone.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
First personal foul.
Bulls trail by 4. Now Paul. He's got 7.
Jason Kidd. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Paul. Down low. Embry. It's good. The assist that time from Paul.
It's so challenging trying to guard Paul, especially when he's slicing passes through the defense like that.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Now into the lineup for the Bulls.
A minute 22 left in the third. Here's Bird. Fires in the triple. Bird's got 13 now.
His third triple of the game. A little more success from out there in the second half.
Wagner outside. Over to the wing. Here's Blackman. Pass to Cassell. Just 5 on the clock. Taken away. Here's Bird. .41 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Good on the bucket. And now it's a 7-point Texas lead.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Here's Embry. Over to the left wing. Blackman gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
Bulls foul.
For Texas.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Texas leading by 4.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how that plays out.
To the inside. Oh, he got it with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Texas ahead. They lead by 4. And we'll...
40.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here's Arenas. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Bulls. Mobley with it. Pass to Jordan. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Bulls trail by 4. Now here's Paul. And a nice finish on the layup.
The defense looking lazy there. You can't allow Paul to get inside like this. That's just asking for trouble.
Here's Arenas. Pass to Peterson. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And it's Paul with the ball for Chicago. Another score. His 5th make out of 10 tries.
The wily vet Paul able to score down low.
Here's Arenas. Pass to Jordan. Here's Arenas. Here's Peterson. Now Jordan. Clock at 4. Into the lane. And slam dunk by Jordan.
With the windmill, too. Turning this place upside down.
Everybody looks stunned. Ooh, it's stolen by Jordan. Here's Arenas. And he gets the bucket. Now it's a 7-point Texas lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Texas.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, B.A.
Allie, thank you. Pass to Malone. Banked it in off the glass.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Here's Paul. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
And this is a throwback performance from Paul, flat out taking over in a big way right now.
Here's Kidd. Pass to Malone. And here's Gasol. Oh, it's stolen away. Here's Havlicek. Nails it from 3. And now just a 4-point Texas lead.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Pass to Kidd. Out to the wing. Here's Bowen. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Oh, nice shot by Havlicek.
And neither side right now giving an inch. We'll see who cracks first.
Here's Malone. Here's Gasol. And the baseline jumper goes down.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Pass to Havlicek.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Let's go with a 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
During this final quarter, he's erupted from outside the arc. Just assume every 3 he takes now is going in.
Here's Bird. And the layup is good off the glass. Bird's got 12 points in just the second half.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Richmond. Paul looking over the floor. Gasol grabs the board. Texas leading by 5. Pass to Malone. Here's Bird. That one won't go. That's his 8th miss out of 15 shots. The Bulls trail by 5. "54 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one." Here's Havlicek. Right side, Paul. Here's Hawkins. He connects! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Few create shots as easily as Paul does for his teammates. He is just a great setup guy.
Here's Bird. And count that! 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
The and one puts a little extra insurance on their lead. What a play.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Havlicek's shot is off. And Texas has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Here's a 3 from Paul. And nails the tray. Here's Bird. So Texas wins it. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game. They overcame every one.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. And, of course, Kevin Durant. He's a big ticket to foul. They'll go without him, though.
And it's a trade that it caught me a little off guard. I have to be honest, Kevin. He played such a big part for this team, and really the last guy I expected to see them move.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Malone. It's hauled in by Hawkins. And it's Paul with the ball for the Bulls. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
And remember, Havlicek was a highly recruited quarterback, so you see his passing ability on that one.
Pass to Mikan. Back to Richmond. Havlicek outside. Nailed from three-point land.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter. But not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Kidd. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Malone in the post. Outside for Gasol. Gasol on the wing. Bird looking it over. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Quick start for the Bulls in this one. Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Dunham.
And here's Bird. Mitch Richmond getting it to go from deep. Gasol on the wing. Here's Kidd. Outside for Gasol. Bird outside. Shoots over Havlicek. A nice shot by Bird.
Well, they missed their first 4 shots, but finally able to get one on the board. Sometimes you just need to see that first one go down.
Paul can't get it to go.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Stolen by Havlicek. Pass to Hawkins. Back to Paul. Lets the 3 fly. A rebound by Malone.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
A nice shot by Bird.
Not someone who stops the ball. Malone makes great decisions when he passes.
Here's Paul. Count the basket. Paul's got his second basket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
1:58 left in the first quarter. Lays it up off the glass.
The focus from Kidd, terrific at just keeping his composure even when things get tight.
Pass to Hawkins. Richmond outside. Here is Hawkins. It's good. Hawkins has got his second basket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
For three, Kidd. And the three ball is good.
Oh, the concentration from Kidd at the arc, a big part of how he stays consistent from there.
Havlicek outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Bird. Richmond with the rebound. Chicago leading by 5. Ball outside. Pass to Havlicek. Back to Paul. They set the pick. Right at the free throw line. Here's Mikan. Gasol with the rebound.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
And it's Bird missing. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Chicago Bulls. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Richmond for 3. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. Down low. And now Malone pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Yeah, take it up strong, big fella.
5 seconds left in the first quarter. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Bulls lead by 3.
14. The visiting team, 11.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Here's Arenas. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
He's got all the moves. Arenas not afraid to get inside.
O'Neal at the elbow. And finished off by O'Neal.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Here's Coleman. Scoreless thus far. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Ooh, and I hope he didn't hurt his neck because that was one nasty head fake.
Yeah, the defender bought it all the way, didn't he? Castro O'Neal. One-on-one here. Here's Jordan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Jordan doesn't look to score often, but when he does, he goes up strong and attracts the defense. Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Here's Cassell. Embry. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Longhorns passing it around. Here's Arenas. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And I like that Mobley keeps his options open. He knows by making that pass, it could lead to something better.
Left side, O'Neal. Here's Havlicek. And again, no good by Chicago. And the Longhorns with possession here. Trailing by 2. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road trip. And there's the call on Evan Mobley. That's his first foul. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Cassell. Hasn't made one yet. Wagner from long range. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's a good sign for Wagner. He's working to become a more consistent shooter from outside.
Franz Wagner, as we know, Stan, came into the league with a splash and hasn't really slowed up since.
Now, Kevin, I think he's surprised a lot of people. He has never played like a young guy. He's always played with the maturity of a veteran guy, and he just keeps getting more and more responsibility. He's handled it well, and then he could become a perennial all-star.
I like that assessment.
And the talent O'Neal has is evident, and the exact type of big man any team would love to have.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line. Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Here's O'Neal. Rebounded by Coleman.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
From downtown. Rebound by the Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. And stolen by Arenas. Pass to Coleman. Back to Arenas. Sweet move. Here's Jordan. It's good. This game is all even.
They are just killing them on the interior.
1:24 left in the second quarter. To the paint. Left side, O'Neal. Shoots a fader. And he gets the bucket. O'Neal's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, the defense was there, but he does a great job of creating separation with the fadeaway.
And they pick up 2.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Left side, O'Neal. Can't cash in from close range.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Yeah, recognizing the opening, and Mobley got it to his teammate there on a platter.
Count it, good.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
And here's Arenas outside. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
To the left side wing. No good from the wing.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Out to Bird. Fires for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Bird's got the first basket of the second half here for Texas. Richmond outside. Intercepted. Pass to Havlicek. Hawkins with it. Back to Havlicek. Takes the three. Knocks down the three ball. Havlicek's got the game tied up here for Chicago.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Bird. Malone wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Poked loose. Taken away by Kidd. And he makes good on the layup. Kidd's got 7 points in the game.
And you can't forget about Kidd in transition. Whether he's dishing it or shooting it, he's great at making the right decision.
Ball outside. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Stolen by Bird. Oh, and a fast break now for the Longhorns. The quick look, no good that time.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots. Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Back to Kidd. And he banks in the layup. Kidd's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Pass to Gasol. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Assisted.
And now a 3-point Texas lead. And there's the call on Karl Malone. That is his first foul of the game. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
You certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
And Bird, here we go. Outside for Kidd. Back to Bird. On the wing. Bank shot. No good. Bulls trail by 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Wagner outside. Malone with the rebound. Longhorns leading by 5. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite level passer.
.156 left in the third quarter of the game. Wagner with it. He's picked up by Kidd. And the Bulls with another miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Texas.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
That's been all night long. And also dominating the offensive boards, and that's been winning them a lot of extra looks at the hoop.
Richmond outside. It's Hawkins on the wing to end the run. Malone with the block.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low. Oh, the D is at fault there. You can't let Malone get that type of position inside.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
The bruising power forward, Malone, a dominant offensive player between his nifty post moves and that soft mid-range.
There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run. Defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Richmond for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Richmond's got 8.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by Texas.
Bulls trailed by 7. Wagner on the wing. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. They've led by as much as 10. That one drops for him. Birds got 8 points here in this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, with his size and power, Wagner can seem unstoppable at the rim.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. 17 seconds left in the third. And here's Arenas. 13 points in the game. Lets a floater go. The shot that time not on target. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Longhorns out front. As
47.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Chicago Bulls. 7-point differential. And he converts the layup.
A master at finding angles to finish. Chris Paul uses quickness to his advantage.
Outside Arenas. Outside Dort. Mobley inside. Mobley double teamed. 4 on the clock. Texas needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Bulls trail by 5. Al Paul. Pass to Mikan. Launches it. The shot by Hawkins, no good. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Here's Arenas. Here's Coleman. Dort wide open. And another miss by Texas.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Hawkins. And that one is stuffed right through.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Paul looking around. Pass to Hawkins. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Hawkins has got 5 points now this quarter.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Longhorns passing it around. Here's Arenas. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Longhorns lead by 2.
And so far, Arenas is feeling it. Fiery offensive games like this are why they call this man the hibachi.
Pass to Mikan. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Now Texas with it. Here's Coleman. Outside Arenas. Into the lane. And the shot goes in. And now a 4-point Longhorn lead.
It's fun to just watch Arenas play. He's electric. Has his own style. It's really an explosive play right there.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Inside. Got a piece of it. Pass to Mikan. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Havlicek. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Bowen shot is off. Bulls trail by 4. Ball with the ball. Gasol covering. Mikan. A shake. He takes it up and lays it in.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Outside Kidd. Puts up a 3. It's Gasol missing. And the Bulls with possession. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Ball right side. There's the screen. Here's Havlicek. He nails it. And we're tied up.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Bird outside. A minute 42 left to play here in the fourth. And the Bulls making a change here. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Kidd. Clock is at 3. It's rebounded by O'Neal. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. Havlicek outside. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Malone outside. .103 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside for Gasol. There's the triple. And another shot. Outside Kidd. Pass to Bowen. Knocks down the 3.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
.29 seconds left in the game. Kicks it out to Paul. Richmond outside. The 3. And it's Malone with the rebound. The Longhorns with the ball. Here's Bird. And so it's Texas who comes out on top here. This win